Good morning, thrill seekers. It is January the 27th today, and I've been back in the US 10 days. Now, before I left, quite a while before I left actually, I bought a turkey, and I've been looking forward to cooking it for ages. So I put it in the RV site's freezer before I left, and I retrieved it, and because it's cold here right now, it's taken me 3 days to defrost the blooming thing. But I'm going to cook it today. And also, yesterday was a pretty heavy shopping day, so I didn't do my walk. So today, while it's cooking, it might take, I'm going to do it very, very slow, and it will possibly take at least 5 hours to cook. So one of those hours, I'm going to do my first walk out to Promtep IKA Shefflin Monument. So I'll video that and you can follow along. Bye. So Graham, your mission today, should you decide to accept it, is to cook the old boy, as my mother would have said. Now this has been defrosting for about 3 days now, so I've got to wash it out and find the gibbos, get those out to make some gravy. And once it's in the oven, I can go out for my walk. Wish me luck. I've been looking forward to this ever since I first got back. It's now time to start cooking the turkey. And the first thing to do is to check that is out of there. Yes. Preheat 300 degrees. 300 degrees. Start. And away she goes. Now, I'm going to roast this turkey, but it's not really roasting, you know. Roasting was done over or in front of a fire, usually wood, and the results are just beautiful. But sooner or later, times changed and ovens started to be used, and we now call putting meat into an oven roasting it, but it's not, it's broiling it. And whilst the results can be really nice, nothing, not even in the same league as that turkey or a chicken or slab of beef roasted in front of a wood fire. That is superb. I've never done it, but it's beautiful, I'm told. What I just said in the rig about me never roasting anything in front of an open fire, I just remembered that's not true, because I did once back in the mid 80s. I had a circle of very, very close friends that were centered around my best friend Mike Boardman and very dear friend at the time, John Hart. Here is Mike, centre frame. We're having a New Year's dinner at George Henson's place. George was another very dear friend of ours. This is John, and I bet you can't recognise on the left a very, very, very young me, who's no longer with us. And they lived in a really big, rambling old house down in East Sussex called Battenhurst. And Mike and I used to go down there pretty well every weekend, you know, stay with them, help them do some structural renovations and hang out, get drunk, do all sorts of stuff. It was a wonderful era in my life. Had loads of friends from the village, all of which, they're all gone now. they're all gone. Here we were just getting ready to go out for a New Year's Eve fancy dress party. Wonderful days. Together with that era of my life, what I call the Battenhurst era. I've still got a few photos of it and everything, you know. Anyway, one weekend he decided to get a whole lamb and we spit roasted it, and turned out wonderful. He never did forgive me because I wore his motorcycling gauntlets and burnt them, and he never let me get over that. But that lamb tasted fantastic. We got a whole barrel of beer in from the pub, and it's a wonderful weekend. Weekends like that only come around, you know, maybe a handful of times in your whole life. If you're fortunate, you can remember them. Okay, I'm on my way to the Shefflin Monument using my new selfie stick, get some different views. And I think it will add just a little bit to these videos. Okay, see you in a bit. So before the turkey goes in the oven, and while the oven is preheating, I need to dress up the turkey a bit. He's in the dish now. Put some olive oil on him. Can't have too much olive oil. Love it. Black pepper. Sorry I haven't got a grinder. Garlic powder. And I forgot to get this out. Some salt. Rub it all in. How cool is that? Before this goes in the oven, temperature, because I'm going to cook this slow. This really should be roasted at about 350, but I'm going to cook it slow. You get a better result that way, but I then need the thermometer. So that's going to go in here and right down in the, where the leg is, right down in the guts. So, open her up. In she goes. Convection, 300 degrees. Set the time, I don't know. I'm going to set it for an initial 90 minutes because on this oven I can't set 6 hours. So this will give me time to go on my walk and then get back before it cocks out. Start. She's away! She's away! Hey! It's been in for about 5 hours on very low heat, and it's looking pretty good, isn't it? If we go into here, it's telling me right on there, that's poultry. It should be done deep inside. So I'm going to take this out now and put it on a plate, cover it up and let it go cool, and then use some of this oil here to cook the vegetables. That's the next step. So here are the giblets, the bloody gibbos. So we're now boiling these up with, you know, some onion, salt, pepper, bit of garlic, and this will make the basis of our gravy, together with what's over here, and this is what came out of the roasting tin for the turkey. And I thought this was going to be 80% fat. Well, there is a lot of fat in there, but it looks pretty solid with meat juices to me. So here, obviously, the washing up. So, okay, carrying on. Put that on there, let it boil up, stew up. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to cut up the potatoes and parsnips and put them back in the roasting tin, which is, yeah, I just dropped the roasting tin back in the oven there. Not very well lit, I know. So do that, and roast vegetables coming up next. I'm not sure if I'm ready for dinner or dinner is ready for me, but I've been cooking this in amongst my walks and my just watching the TV for about 9 hours. So in the middle is the turkey, on the left the vegetables, on the right the roast vegetables. Here we have the gravy and a very nice bottle of Beaujolais. But the old boy is looking really good, isn't he? Anyway, that's it. Buon appetito. Bye bye.